Raymond MAASKE reminds us that we have been given the gift of life. The limitations we face are usually those we place in front of ourselves. What did you sell your life for? Did you get what you expected? Be inspired, encouraged, and reminded to live life like you stole it, not sold it.
Hi there, here we go. This week, right now, we're going to go off record, off the cuff rant. My name's Raymond MAASKE, and this week I'm an author, entrepreneur, pastor, and trainer. Today I'm going to talk about whatever comes to mind, who I am, what makes me tick. And maybe from that, you can ask yourself some pertinent questions that will help you understand and others around you understand how you tick. First of all, I grew up a very simple, meager, lonely, low self-confident young boy. The picture that I have in my mind as I opened up a trunk of memorabilia, 30 to 40 years of history passed through this past week as I was scanning photos from the past so that I could get rid of this old trunk of information. But in that trunk, I found this little photo. It was a Polaroid. Back in, I guess in the early 70s, late 60s. I was born in 1968, so I was about 4 or 5 years old, and there's a picture of me standing, hiding in a corner in the back of our farmhouse because I was upset about something. I didn't get what I wanted. And my mom to this day, and I just was reminded of that yesterday, that she had to that moment stood out in her life as a defining moment in my life where I defied what was happening around me, and I wanted it in my way. Basically, I was pouting. So here's a 4 or 5 year old boy pouting in the corner of the back of the farmhouse. And fast forward that 40 years to where I am today. And that's going to bring us through a whole process, a whole journey of understanding. If you ever want to dig into yourself a little bit, pull out some old photographs. And your mind will transport you back to those times. And you know what? More times than not, what you thought and felt and were strong in your opinion and weak in your opinion at those times have carried forward all of these years. And I'm learning more and more to stop the insanity, stop co-signing the BS in my mind of what I think it is. I don't know if you saw the short movie. It's called The Woman in Room Number 6. She's the oldest, I think her name is Alice. She's the oldest surviving Holocaust victim, 109 years old, and she's still playing piano. But what I drew from that is here's someone who is not only old and wrinkly, but is still smiling at 109 after going through everything she went through. The German invasion of Czechoslovakia, the stripping, the raping, and the pillaging of everything, and the removal of everything that you valued in your life, including your family. She lost her father, she lost her mother, I believe she lost her sister. She soon married and then lost her husband, even lost her son 30 years before she was to expire. So what I learned from that in this week and over the last 40 plus years is if we can change our minds, we can learn and we can change our life. And that's what I'm all about now. It's not being right. It's not being wrong. I'm going to fall somewhere in between that every single decision I make. But what's important? I make decisions because decisions are what define you. Decisions are what mold you. Decisions are what people reference you by. It doesn't mean we all make good decisions. It's actually irrelevant. What is relevant is whether or not we make decisions or not. The saddest death that I think anyone could ever die is never to have lived at all. And to live is to be defined by something. Be defined by a purpose, an ideal, a goal. What is your purpose? Have you found it? trust me, I have been through many tumultuous, I can't even say that word, troubled times where you fight like a dog trying to figure out which way is just up. Is it that way, or is it that way, or this way, or this way? You don't even know sometimes. It's like, I almost drowned 5 times until I was about 12 years old. I couldn't swim, 12, 13, maybe 14 years old. I didn't really learn to swim until I was in my 20s when I trained for the Ironman triathlon. But I remember 5 different occasions going under the water and just looking around, wondering, what do I do? Which way's up? How do I right myself in this unright world? And that's really how often we live our lives. We are scouring and scrounging and turning and flipping and flopping, trying to figure out which way's up. You know what? Sometimes we work just too darn hard trying to figure out which way's up. Which way do you want up? Which box do you want to be in? Do you want to be in a box, or do you want to be out of the box? Or do you want to forget about the box completely? I would opt for the third option. Find out what your purpose is. If you don't have a purpose, what are you doing? Ask yourself why. I heard a podcast this week. I can't remember who it was, but it'll come to me as I keep speaking. But the wisdom or the advice was, ask yourself why. Oh, Timothy Ferriss, I knew it'd come to me. He did this in his last podcast. Ask yourself why 3 times. It wasn't his initial knowledge or information. We gained it from someone else. And that's how life is. Find out what makes you tick, what revs your engine up, what gets you excited to jump out of bed in the morning, or at least roll out a little faster than you normally do. Ask yourself why 3 times. Why? So anything in your life, why are you doing it? Because of this. Why or because of that? Why? So I'm 46 years old. Give me anything. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Because it makes me happy. Well, what makes you happy? Well, I have defined those things, and they may change. I'm not going to tell you what those things are because I don't want to influence you in any way, but figure out what your purpose is. Is your purpose to be grumpy, unhappy, dissatisfied, disgruntled in your life? Or is it to be positive, encouraging, motivated, energized, on fire for life? Now, there's 2 camps of thought. I happen to be in this camp where, well, the alternative kind of sucks. If there's no purpose and there's no point, well, what the heck am I doing here? And why would I exert any effort at all? Good question. So I totally eliminate that option and say there must be a purpose. There must be a reason. So I've defined my own purpose and my reason based on everything that I know. By my 40s, I should have figured out a few things, and I think I have. I want to share those things with you. I want to journey with you as you build your confidence and you define your purpose and your design for your life. With that purpose in mind, you need fuel, you need energy, you need enthusiasm, motivation for that inspiration that helps you keep focused on the target. You define the target. You cannot deny the target after you've defined it. If it's not what you wanted, well then why are you taking shots at it? If what you're doing is not what you want, why are you doing it? Make sure your target is clear. Make sure your focus is defined. And then have that fuel in your life that energizes you to maintain that focus, that purpose, that desire. For me, I have 5 or 6 things that come just like that. Every day I work at it. Being healthy, exercising, working hard, being in a physical relationship, a spiritual relationship, and an emotional relationship. That's what drives me. So every day, as I thirst for water, as I hunger for food, I hunger for these ingredients in my life that help me breathe and take those steps through the tough times, because life is not easy. There is no security in life. There's only opportunity. And as you pick and choose those opportunities, you'll be blessed, and you will see things in your life that will honor that purpose that you have chosen for your own life. This last week was a roller coaster. I started Monday dead on my face, flat-faced, in the rain, totally grumpy and put out of shape. By Tuesday, I started looking up, and I could see the light. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I actually recorded a podcast that was fantastic, in my own mind anyway. But by Thursday, I had lost that podcast. By Friday, I was ramped up. I had got my week organized. Things were humming along. Saturday, I went to the Pro Bull Riding Championships in my old hometown of Merritt. Met an old friend of mine I haven't seen in 33 years. He's a professional bullfighter, a clown, rodeo clown, and we connected. We connected with some other people. Sunday morning, got up and went to the first day of the training camp for the BC Lions Football Club, Canadian Football League. Halfway through the day, we get in the car and we drive out to the National Motocross Championship in Kamloops. Dust, dirt, everything flying. But man, that was good. I was with my youngest daughter, Monique. And that is fulfilling. That shines light. It draws me closer to my purpose and my desire to fulfill my life. Are you fulfilling your life? Live life like you stole it, not sold it. Life, you've been given a ticket. You've been given a ticket to live it any way you want. You could put it over here into the, oh, I don't give a darn pile, or my life sucks and I can't do anything and I don't amount to anything and I'm not worthy. Or you can say, okay, let's just put that stuff aside. You know what? I've been given a chance. I've been given an opportunity. And I've been given the wisdom and knowledge to know that I can choose to go over there in that bucket of garbage, of lies and negativity. Or I could go where Alice is at 109 and focus on the positive. Find the goodness in everything, every relationship, every circumstance, every event. Find the goodness, find the happiness, find the joy. Well, I hope you're rocking it by now, because I'm on fire and I can't wait to hear more about what you're doing in your life. Live life like you stole it. Go ordinary to extraordinary. Modify, change your thinking. If you can change your mind, you can change your life. Morph. Allow the difference between what you think you can do to what you want to, through faith, materialize in your life. Get out of the way of what your destiny is and allow it to happen. And that's the third part, is move. Move through it. Don't stay still. Keep moving. Because when you stop, something's going to ram you from behind and it ain't going to be pleasant. So keep moving. Keep dancing. Keep grooving, because life is good. My name's Raymond MAASKE. No, I haven't been drinking. No, I haven't been smoking. I'm just living. And I want you to do the same thing. God bless, and we'll chat soon.